Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Ask Aaron, where you ask me questions and I try to answer you. Cool, so let's get this cracking. First question, how long did it take you to ollie? That's a great question. When I first learned how to ollie, there was nobody there to teach me how to do it or anything, and I think it took me a really long time. I want to say 6 months. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, I was learning all on my own in Montana, just out in the middle of nowhere. But once I learned the ollie, and once I started learning just step by step basically what I go over in Skateboarding Made Simple, I learned the other tricks very fast. So yeah, by the time I was 12, I had varial flipped my first 7 stair. But I started skating around 10, so from starting to skate to varial flipping 7 stairs in 2 years, I think that's pretty good. But yeah, that first ollie, man, it took me a while. I remember trying to ollie over a hose, ollie over a crack, and I was just like, this is the hardest thing ever. But yeah, eventually I got it, stuck with it, practice, 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 practice. Next comment, this guy says, poop. Say hi to Norway. Hi Norway, I love you Norway. When you feel scared to do a trick, what is your advice? That's a great question. So my exact advice for that is, depending on what trick it is, and if you can like build yourself up on a gradient. For example, if I'm scared to ollie a 10 stair, well, I'm gonna ollie a 1 stair, a 2 stair, a 3 stair, a 4 stair, a 5 stair, a 6 stair, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10 is gonna be super easy. I may even go from 6 to 10 or something like that. But yeah, once you get those previous steps down, you'll be less scared, you'll be more able to do it. But there is definitely still that feeling of, oh no, what's gonna happen? I could fall, I could get hurt, etc. And you just have to push through that. You just have to mentally tell yourself, I'm gonna do this no matter what, and then just push, go as fast and hard as you can. Just ollie, fully commit, land on the board right away. But definitely putting those previous steps in helps out a ton, which is what Skateboarding Made Simple is all about, and that's why it works so well. What is the biggest rail you've ever done? Have you ever 50-50 to rail, and if so, how big was your biggest 50-50? The biggest rail I've done is, I believe, an 11 stair. It was in Idaho at night. We lit it up with car lights and I board slid it. It was terrifying. I don't skate rails a ton. Back then I skated rails and stairs a lot more than I do now. You can check it out in one of my old video parts on here. I think it was like Aaron Kyro sponsor me video. But yeah, come to think of it, that same day I tried to 50-50 another rail. It was a 7 stair and I got a really bad heel bruise, and then I was like, that's the end of that. So yeah, I don't think I've ever 50-50 to street rail, just skate park rails, so I can't give you like a number of stairs. But yeah, not a lot of rails, but the biggest board slide was 11 stair. I think I was like 13 or 14. How do you get yourself to commit when going for a trick down a stair set? Cool, so very similar to the question of when you feel scared to do a trick, what is your advice? I try and build myself up. There's a video on the internet of Paul Rodriguez skating behind a Safeway, and he's literally just doing every trick off a loading dock. It's not a very big loading dock, it's just a drop, there's no stairs, and he just goes over how he would go there every night, and he would just make himself do it. Whatever trick he was learning, he would just practice, 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 practice. But I think that's a great video, because sometimes people look at Paul Rodriguez like he's this naturally talented, amazing skateboarder, and he is, don't get me wrong, but it just goes to show the amount of work that even Paul Rodriguez put into doing his skateboard tricks. It's not like he just rolled up to the triple set and switch tray flipped it first try. Maybe he did, but it was all because of all those previous times of practicing, those endless hours spent behind that building doing switch tray flips off that loading dock that really got him there. So just so you know, it's not like either you're born with it or you're not. No, it takes work and practice and dedication, and that's part of the reason why skateboarding is so awesome. When you did something you thought you couldn't do, how did it feel? It felt amazing. Literally amazing. When you're skateboarding and you're pushing yourself to learn a new trick and you're just boom, 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 boom. I gotta land it. I want to do this so bad. And you land it and you roll away. You're like, oh! It's awesome. So yeah, it feels awesome, and that's part of the reason why skateboarding is so amazing. You can just push through anything that's getting in your way, land the tricks, progress, do awesome, be awesome, and that's why I love it. Just that feeling of landing that trick and rolling away. It's incredible. Awesome. So those are all the questions I'm going to do for right now. There will be more of these. I'm going to try and do one of these every week. Please subscribe. Definitely click that like button. The more you guys watch these videos and like the videos and share them with your friends, and the more they get watched, the more I will make them. So again, thanks a lot for your continued help and support. You guys are the best.